Straight into the Pozidrive Volkswagen Challenge now, and a massive field of almost 30 cars out here for the first event. It's great to see them all coming out. The usual contenders are there, and they're all battling hard with a new sponsor on board, and all in memory of Chris Clark today. Dave's down in pit lane to catch up with Chris Dale, our new sponsor from Pozidrive.
One of the sponsors here today getting really involved with the VW Challenge, Chris Dale, and it's great to have guys like you supporting this category and helping regional racing, and you guys travel around the country as well.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice to be here and nice to be able to sponsor VW Challenge. It's a great club. Unfortunately, I had a smashed engine and somebody lent me the car. You know, I mean, that's VW Challenge for you. Really good. Sponsorship, yeah, we make plastic modular belting, and this is one of our belts. And we've signed a 2-year deal. So hopefully it'll help the club out a little bit.
Well, that's what it's all about, helping the club, helping the drivers. And I've got to say, this is one of the categories that has grown in recent years.
No, for sure, it has, yeah. It'd be nice to see C-Class growing a little bit more. I think we're going to try this year. We're building a raffle car, so a Class B car, brand new, and we're going to be selling the tickets and raffling the car off at the end of the year. So I've put a bit of money into that, and so has a couple of other people. So we'll have a car to raffle out. Somebody will be a lucky winner.
That is fantastic news. Well done on all that, Greg. Maybe you should go out there and buy yourself a raffle ticket, because I know you want to get back in the seat.
As soon as possible, Dave. I'm going, where do I sign up? Get me in there, please. It'd be really awesome to get that. There's the starting grid. Rory Atkinson alongside Darby van der Merwe. That is a man to watch out for this season. Bevan Masters and Valdi Mainkies ahead of Wayne Masters, Barbaglia. Good to see Gossman stepping up to Class A. Class B, headed up there by Dion Holiday Jr. Robyn KRIEI makes a welcome return into the series, but watch out for the battle between the ladies, Alma Cruiser and Charisse van der Merwe. And down in Class C, it's Philip Cruiser who's on pole. As we get ready to go now for Heat 1 of Pozidrive Volkswagen Challenge. We're on board with the RAMSAY Motorsport Lyle RAMSAY entry, and Lyle RAMSAY always gets a good start, and you can see he's literally lit that car up coming off, getting those Dunlop tyres to work almost instantaneously as they head down towards turn 1. He's right on the tailpiece there as they go into turn 1. A fantastic start from the pole man, and it's BHIT out front with Rory Atkinson at the wheel. But look at where RAMSAY was. He wasn't quite where he wanted to be in terms of the start. Here we go with the start for Class B. And C's in the background as well as they go down towards turn 1 as well. And a great start from Rainer van Heerden there in the police car. But it is Holiday Jr. in the Monitornet car, who looks like he's just going to outgun. But in the mix there, look at the ladies. They were getting really close and very close and up close and personal. Alma Cruiser trying to find a way through there on the 46 car and finds a way to just give Andre Needham a little tap out of the chicane. Good start there from Cruiser, but it looks like it's a much better start coming out of the Dino Smit car, new man to the series, as well as Adrian de Beer. So the two C-Class competitors fighting with the usual contender there, Philip Cruiser. Back to the front end of Class A, and we're looking at 3rd and 4th place as Valdi Mainkies comes under pressure. Looking at pressure, wow. Late braking and locking up from the man who took the whole shot and leads things out there, Rory Atkinson. In 2nd place, Darby van der Merwe. Then you've got Valdi Mainkies, and Bevan Masters is applying huge pressure onto the back end of that all-Wagen Polo. That's a big gap that Atkinson's pulled out from the word go. And look at how hard he's driving. He's overdriving that car. That BHIT Polo was literally sideways coming into turn 9. It's a triple right-hander. You've got to get it all right, and he got it all wrong there. Fortunate not to lose out too much ground. First place in Class B is still Junior ahead of KRIEI. Look at that, Charisse van der Merwe moving up nicely as well and applying the pressure slowly but surely. Stuart Mack has joined the party. And just in the background is the 22 of Robbie De Silva. Robbie De Silva now all over the back of Andre Needham. Needham lost a little bit of ground in that first bit of incident there between himself and Alma Cruiser. Cruiser's dropped back just behind him, as you can see. And then you can see them all starting to line up. A little bit of a pity there to see Mohammed Dangle in a spare car, not his usual car. His engine blew yesterday, so watch out for his progress as he gets to grips with that spare car later on. So Class B continues at the front end, and the Calyx car of Robyn KRIEI is slowly but surely closing down on the back end of Junior. Junior runs wide. They'll have to be very careful. We're on board here with Robyn KRIEI and the Motor Mart and Calyx cars. They head across the line and down in towards turn 1. A very comfortable and cool, calm, collected driving style there from KRIEI. She certainly knows what to do in a polo. And this man does. He's had numerous occasions where he's been the number 1 car. Right now, he's the number 2 car. And of course, his arch rival, Steon KRIEI, has moved on to take on polos full time. This time out, and the polos I'm talking about are the National Championship polos. This time out, though, he's having to fend off a new man to Class A. He came in the last couple of races, Darby van der Merwe, for Lee Thompson Racing, and certainly knows exactly what to do in this machine. Watch out for him as he starts to come through and becomes a contender at the front end. It's a young driver, and certainly very hungry to be at the front of these incredibly close categories. Bevan Masters looks like he's got ahead. Yes, he has. Voldy Monkey's down to 4th place, so change up between the two of them. Monkey's has got a big gap down to Wayne Masters, but Masters, the second of them, Wayne, is coming. Oh, air brakes! And on the ATE brake car, Philip Cruiser, that's not what you want. Additional downforce on that car, but it is giving Adrian De Beer a chance to close in on him and possibly take the lead of Class C. De Beer is right there and not too far off, but you can see Cruiser using his experience. Oh, lack of experience, maybe a little bit too hot in the new car. And that is Davy van der Merwe on the sideline. He's going to drop him down to about 5th place. Coming to the checkered flag, though, a fantastic run. Almost clean, clear, and no worries, other than that little incident at turn 9, which he was able to survive. But Rory Atkinson takes the win in Class A. Wow, and across the line there, just getting through. Bevan Masters wins out 2nd place over Voldy Monkeys. Oh, Robyn KRIEI with a problem. Into the last corner, the wheel's broken. She's literally driven the wheels off that car. That's going to give the Monitornet car an easy victory in the end, which means that Stuart Mack is going to come through for 2nd place and De Silva for 3rd. Let's get confirmation of the results, though. In Class A, Atkinson, Masters, Monkeys, and Masters. And in the Class Bs, Dion Holiday Jr. beats out Mack and De Silva, and Elna Cruiser in 4th, with De Beer winning out the Class Cs ahead of Smit. Dave's down in the pits to catch up with Voldy.
Yeah, Greg, as always, great dicing out front. It did get Rory got away a little bit, but Voldy, you're involved in quite a big dice, but once again finding it quite difficult to overtake on this track.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if you don't make a mistake here and you just keep your line at the end of the day, the other guys are very difficult to get past here at the end of the day. And so, but we had a good dice. You know, missed the gear. Bevan got past me. I got past him when he missed the gear as well. So it's one of those things. We had a good dice, good days of racing at the end of the day.
Class B, a huge dice. Dion, you had Robyn KRIEI all over you for most of the race, and it really came down to a last corner thing.
Yeah, Robyn kept me honest the whole race. She was better at most of the track. Unfortunately, last corner, I don't know what happened. Maybe an engine failure. But yeah, well driven, but with a, yeah.
Well, keep your helmets on, because after this we go back into race number 2 here at Red Star Raceway. Welcome back to action from the Extreme Festival of Motorsport here at Red Star. And not only action on track, as always, entertainment both on and off, and some great meals as well at the canteen. Nice to see a big crowd out here for a change as well. You can see that the Extreme Festival is doing things right, particularly when you've got Pozidrive Volkswagen Challenge about to go to battle. Class A underway, and Class B and C will be just behind them as they head down towards turn 1. Side-by-side action. Davy van der Merwe trying to keep out the attentions, as you can see as they go through there, and very, very tight between the two of them. Wow, that is not what Davy van der Merwe wanted, that is for sure. But Lyle RAMSAY was up for the challenge, and he dived through for 2nd place. Here comes Class B. Is it going to be KRIEI who gets that inside line and maybe just squeezes out the poleman once again, Holiday Jr. As they go down into turn 1, the rest of the field just, line astern, but only just. Charisse van der Merwe getting through there as well, just behind Mack. It looks like there might have been a little bit of a touch there between van der Merwe and Elna Cruiser as they went down towards turn 1. Very, very close between these cars as they come out there. It's a good start from the lead of Class C2. We're on board with 2nd place here in Class B. This is Robyn KRIEI closing in on that Monitornet car of Holiday Jr. And they go through the bottom towards the dog bone. And the rest of Class A already up and out of that section and heading back down towards the hairpin. And Lyle RAMSAY has dropped to 3rd. 2nd place back into the hands of Davy van der Merwe. RAMSAY falling by the wayside into the clutches of Voldy Monkeys and the 2 Masters. Late braking, you see a little bit of tyre smoke coming off those Dunlops as RAMSAY closes the gap now. And then it's Voldy Monkeys who's just behind Bevan Masters. Monkeys lost a little bit of ground there. He just got it all wrong, maybe coming out of that chicane. Wayne Masters is behind him. Then it's Mike Babaglia. Good start from him. And just behind that, Andy Gossman, who's just hanging on to the tailpiece there of Class A. 2nd and 3rd starting to heat up again as RAMSAY makes up some ground and closes back up onto the tailpiece there. And you can see just how tight it is here from his point of view. On board with RAMSAY coming out of the 2nd last corner. Great driving here from RAMSAY. Closes right back again. Is that a little bit of wetness in the sky? I think there might be a possibility of a bit of rain here. It's not going to affect the race too badly. There is some water coming down though. And these semi-slicks should be able to handle conditions. Yeah, windscreen wipers on there, confirmation of that. So there you got Masters and Babaglia coming across the line. Babaglia right there with him. Just in the background, I haven't mentioned him all day, but Morna Himon is back in this category as well, and it's great to have him back again. But he's got a lot of development to do on that car. Brand new car for him. He hasn't even had a chance to get behind the wheel of it until this morning. So watch out for him as he makes his progress to the front end. A very, very competitive and underrated front-wheel drive car driver. Coming back to the mid-pack of Class B now, Robbie De Silva starting to close things down. Can he find a way to possibly spoil the day for these two? It was a broken wheel on Robyn KRIEI's car that cost her the opportunity of a victory. But this time the wheels are sticking together, except for there. Oh, nearly wheels off there as well. Ethan Kutsia just getting to grips with the trickier conditions now with a bit of water falling from the sky. I think that just caught him out ever so slightly, but fortunately the rookie was able to catch it. Here's RAMSAY once again on board with him. And has he got problems? Yes, he has. Where is Lyle RAMSAY going? He's turning. The wheels are not turning. He's just going straight into the grass and heading towards the skid pad. Something has broken on the RAMSAY car, and that RAMSAY Motorsport machine now parked on the sideline. Lyle not happy about that. As you can see, something definitely went wrong. It was not his fault at all. And something broke on the car, which has cost him dearly. Wayne Masters now in the tricky conditions. You can see the water on our camera showing you just how much more difficult it is to drive right now. And that's why Robyn KRIEI is applying the pressure. She's really, really talented when it comes to wet weather conditions. And usually in these kind of categories, the ladies with a little bit more finesse will certainly have the advantage over the men. And it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen here as Holiday Jr. loses out. The Calex and Motormart car just squeezing through and getting to the lead of Class B now, ahead of that Monitor Net machine. And you can see Holiday Jr. not happy about that. He's going to have to work to get back at Robyn KRIEI. Two of them heading towards the hairpin now, out of the dog bone section. Let's see how good KRIEI is down here. Good lines from her. I'll be playing around with slightly higher gears now with the slippery track conditions, so it's not going to be going down all the way. She runs a little bit wide, so the pressure's on. There comes Mo Dangle. Mo Dangle starting to put the pressure onto the back end, and you can see Ethan Kutsia now after recovery, and a little bit of problem there. Something's blown. Yeah, something's blown on Kutsia's car, so maybe it wasn't the tricky conditions. Maybe there's an issue on that car. Class C has been dominated all day long here. A great drive coming out of Adrian de Beer. And Class A, of course, is a phenomenal battle, as always. But it is yet again Rory Atkinson in these tricky conditions that has come to the forefront and taken the victory. He wins out, this time closely matched by Davy van der Merwe. Can you imagine what would happen in Class A in the first race? This is Class B, and it is a reverse role to what happened in the previous one. This time, though, I'm sure KRIEI is not going to let it all go wrong. No, she keeps it all together. And Robs is going to make her way across the line to take the victory for the second time today in Class B, ahead of the man who took the first one, and will take the overall victory for the day there. A great drive from Dion Holiday Jr. Atkinson, van der Merwe, Mankies and Masters, your top four in Class A. KRIEI, Holiday Jr., van der Merwe and Robbie De Silva, the top four in Class B, with Adrian de Beer yet again in Class C.
Well, just looking at those results, it belies the actual race out on track, because Rory Atkinson, under a bit of pressure as it started to drizzle a bit, we obviously had to play it very cautiously.
No, you're correct, Dave. Davy drove like an absolute little star. He was drilling it, but you know, thanks to Dunlop and all the teams and sponsors, BHRT, for helping us get the car ready, but it was a close one.
Certainly one of our fastest lady drivers in the country, Robyn KRIEI. Looked like those weather conditions turned in your favour just a little bit, being a bit more smoother, managing to pick up that win.
Yeah, no, definitely this race acted in our favour. The weekend has been really, really tough, you know, being a brand new car. This is a really, really good feeling for all the hard work that my husband's put in, and to all the sponsors, Motormart, Calex, Kabila Engineering, Mom, Dad, everybody that supported me. I'm really, really happy for this.
Class C, Adrian de Beer, not too many entries in your class, but I saw you driving that thing really hard, particularly at the end of the race.
The thing is that we need to assume there's going to be a lot more guys joining Class C. I heard there's a couple of guys still coming, so we need to push to get the most out of the car, you know, to be ready for the other guys when they actually join us.
Well done, we'll see you next round.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, man.
Greg, back to you. I'm not sure we're going to see you at the next round.
I hope so. Anyway, the crowds will be there. We're going to Swartkops, but there's the championship right now for Volkswagen Challenge. It's Atkinson ahead of Holiday Jr. and van der Merwe. Join us next week for more action from Red Star Raceway and the Extreme Festival of Motorsport. All this Extreme Festival of Motorsport action is proudly brought to you by Liqui Moly and Pozidrive.